Like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and as soon as we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get the? Oh well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police. I seen the get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial number? I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying?
Remo, what's the word?
Oh, what's up, Remo? What you got going?
Yo, we on No Jumper Live right now. You live. We appreciate you calling in. Yeah, just give us an update of what's going on and how you doing right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, but I in the chat, y'all listening. I need Sweetie all in the chat right
now. Yeah, they going crazy in the chat right now, man. I see what's going on.
Yeah. So look, who got caught up? Where in the paperwork it says loose cannon gets caught up by this and this and this and this, right? They have to use a complaint or whatever like that to pull me in. See, and everybody that used sex trafficking, right? When it came down to the girl Monty,
Trap Kitchen
right?
Monty.
Yeah, all that stuff is sex trafficking. That's something to do. When it came down to a murder that's on the case or whatever like that, don't have nothing to do with.
For being fresh, if the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents. And when they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly the definition of fresh, but I got a crazy update. I'm going to do the Good Diligent Podcaster thing, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Lush and some surprise guests. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. The 22ster has got a big update. Tap in with it.
You already know what it is. Free the break. And nigga not tripping. We right here live from the Fed. And ain't happening with the brick gang. We do people. We the people. We ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't going for none of that. I heard this going viral talking about a nigga that did something to a nigga, man. 6'7". Nigga ain't out the way, man. Come on, man. The nigga ain't touched me.
Man, come on, man. You already know. They on there. It's a whole bunch of rumors flying around. They said you got hit up in there, all type of shit.
Man, I'm that guy, dude. Like, not like that, though, bro. But you know what I mean? Unfortunately, this is where I grew up at, gang. So this like second nature
Said
to
the
a
Feds
nigga.
were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that BRICC or Loose were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a BRICC or Loose told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the Feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
Well, isn't that when this
gave it to him though?
Isn't
We did hand it over, yeah.
isn't this when that that
wasn't?
I mean, really, like,
So it's safe to say you the Feds.
I'm happy to help the Feds with talking about a document that we have previously discussed on here over and over, and which doesn't implicate anybody that I know or whatever. It's not like I know about Big U doing something illegal. Big U did something perfectly legal by sending over a document to us asking us to remove a piece of content. Now, for the record, it doesn't mean that this means that there's a full scale investigation into Big U's involvement
So
in
you
this situation.
you don't feel like you played no part in them getting booked at all?
No,
Like
not really.
with the set up here and you clipping it up. I mean, I get you live and people might be able to screen record, but some of the niggas is saying you sitting back, like even the Feds probably like, I can't believe like these niggas is this dumb.
Well,
then you clip it up to reiterate what they
I
said.
ain't gonna say anything. A lot of people rolled over and turned on the nigga, and it is what it is.
Who turned on you already?
No, I'm talking about on Big Useless.
Oh, people are already telling on him.
Yeah. So it's like I'm just sitting in here right now, just going through the process.
Case that they're not even proposing a deal.
No, I haven't. No, it's not that. It's not that at all.
Safety valve?
It's just the point of it is it's just not going to happen. Just put it that way.
The feds know that you're so solid that they wouldn't even ask you to talk.
No, it's not going to happen.
So did you catch word that I just revealed it like an hour ago on this podcast, but basically the feds came to my house and the one and only thing that they were interested in was the cease and desist from Big U because of your appearance on the podcast with Wack, in which you basically said that Big U had knowledge of the Nipsey situation before it happened.
No, see, the thing is, it's like, I'm going to say it like this, because I keep going through something. It's just why send a cease and desist if it's not true. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are
It's
suggesting,
defamatory, though.
See, now when you listen to this kind of audio, because unfortunately I couldn't put the video up, because I don't want to get flagged or none of that. But when we listen to this audio, then we understand what some people are talking about when they say, man, they run on Vlad channel, they run over to Adam 22, and they just be telling all they business. Prime example, they tell all the business. Even locked up, these cats is in the federales, and they still hopping on phones trying to tell the business. Everything is not to be repeated. But they running around here repeating it like it ain't nothing to it but to do it. You understand me? And some people say, oh, that's self-snitching. No, it's snitching. It ain't self-snitching. It's snitching. And you see Loose Cannon. He's still on the Big U thing. But in the same voice, you say, hey, I was his man's. I was the one that do all the dirt for him or with him and whatnots, right? So it looks to me like he's the person like, no, I'm not going out by myself. Which you ain't by yourself because they got Big U and 18 other people. And we know they just indicted Big U on 43 charges, including the hot one. But we still hopping on this internet, still fat-mouthing. Adam 22 come through and, hey, yeah, the feds there, they did come to my house. They wasn't concerned about nothing except the Big U interview where he said, take the video down. Sounds good, but don't smell good. You got to understand this, though, people. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is craving for attention that bad that we need attention? You can create your own attention. How much attention do you actually need? Especially when it's about to cost your ass some time in that penitentiary or that federal penitentiary, should I say. And you still ain't had enough. These characters are still running around here fat-mouthing, even though they in a situation like this. BRICC Baby and Loose Cannon. I ain't never seen ninjas like that in my life. That even when they know they done, they still fat-mouthing. I can understand Adam. He gonna protect himself. See, when the shit hits the fan, it's every man for himself. Y'all ain't learned that yet? When it hits the fan, it's every man for himself. So you think he ain't for self? He ain't for BRICC Baby, Loose Cannon, and we know he damn sure ain't for Big U. And he even added in there, Wack 100, because he got to add a name in there. Because really, that's the main one they want, in my humble opinion. They want him. Why? He fat-mouthing. Because think, if the feds is watching his channel all this time, Wack is one of the main stars on this channel that talk that high-powered shit. You think they don't want to wonder, how can we knock him too? You got to kill the head, and then the body's dead. That's just the way it goes. So anyway, people, Big U indicted 43 charges, and one of them is a hot one. and a bunch of other charges. You know, federales, they don't play. They come through. We're going to give you so many charges, we can drop 10 and still we'll finish you. You know, so, and as said, according to the news, is that, hey, he can face up to life in prison. So I can understand why he was doing them videos with his kids in the car, because in his mind he knew, oh, this shit is real right now. The dirt just met the road. This one I might not be able to bounce back from. So people, be safe out there. Protect yourself from the chest up. That means your heart and your mind at all times. And don't be running your mouth about things that you did, whether they're present or past. You know, it's simple as saying, I don't know what you're talking about. But with that, people, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley and Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star child, I never see the sunshine like this. I never